The Hinterkaifeck Murders are one of Germany's most notorious and unsolved crimes. In 1922, 6 members of a family were brutally murdered on their remote farmstead, located between the towns of Ingolstadt and Schrobenhausen in Bavaria. The gruesome nature of the crime, combined with the mysterious circumstances surrounding it, has led to widespread speculation and numerous theories, making it a haunting legend in German history. Background. Location. Hinterkaifeck was a small, isolated farm situated in the rural Bavarian countryside. The farm was located about a mile away from the nearest town, Weidhofen, and surrounded by dense forest, which contributed to its isolation. Victims. The victims of the murder were Andreas Gruber, 63, his wife Casilia Gruber, 72, their widowed daughter Victoria Gabriel, 35, Victoria's children, Casilia, 7, and Joseph, 2, and the family's new maid, Maria Baumgartner, 44, who had just started working at the farm the day of the murders. Discovery of the murders. Initial signs. In the days leading up to the murders, Andreas Gruber reportedly noticed strange occurrences on the farm. These included footsteps in the snow leading from the forest to the house but not back, the discovery of a newspaper that no one in the family had purchased, and unusual noises from the attic. Despite these unsettling signs, no one sought help from the authorities. The crime scene. The bodies were discovered on April 4, 1922, by neighbors who became concerned when the family had not been seen for several days. Upon entering the barn, they found the bodies of Andreas, Casilia, Victoria, and young Casilia stacked on top of each other, covered with hay. Inside the house, they found the maid Maria and young Joseph dead in their rooms. All victims had been killed with a mattock, a type of pickaxe, suffering severe head trauma. The brutality of the killings suggested a personal and frenzied attack. Investigation. Initial investigation. The local police were initially baffled by the crime. The farm showed no signs of robbery, and valuable items and money were left untouched. Evidence suggested that the killer or killers had remained on the farm for several days after the murders, eating the family's food, lighting fires, and even feeding the livestock. Suspects and theories. The investigation produced numerous suspects and theories, but no one was ever charged. Some key suspects included Lorenz Schlittenbauer, a neighbor who was reportedly involved with Victoria and possibly the father of her son Joseph. His behavior during the investigation was considered suspicious, particularly his knowledge of details before the bodies were discovered and his unexplained ability to enter the property easily. Karl Gabriel, Victoria's husband, who was supposedly killed in World War I, but some theories suggested he might have survived and returned under a different identity to exact revenge on his wife for her rumored infidelity. Family feuds and revenge. There were speculations about a family dispute or an act of revenge by someone who harbored a grudge against the Grubers or Gabriels. These theories were fueled by reports of Andreas Gruber's abusive behavior towards his family, which made him many enemies. Unknown intruder. The possibility of an unknown drifter or a person suffering from mental illness being responsible was also considered. The isolated location of the farm made it vulnerable to such an attack. Unusual findings. During the autopsies, it was revealed that young Casilia had pulled out her own hair in clumps, suggesting she had been alive for several hours after the attack and had likely witnessed the murders of her family members. Theories and speculations. Supernatural theories. Some locals believed the murders were the result of a curse or supernatural forces, given the eerie reports of paranormal activity around the farm before the murders. Cover-up and conspiracy. Over the years, some have speculated that the murders could have been part of a larger conspiracy, possibly involving local authorities or other influential individuals, which led to the lack of a clear resolution. New leads. In 2007, students at the Fürstenfeldbruck Police Academy used modern investigative techniques to re-examine the case but concluded that there was not enough evidence to definitively solve the crime. Cultural impact. Legacy. The Hinterkaifeck murders have left a lasting impact on German popular culture, becoming the subject of books, documentaries, films, and even plays. The unsolved nature of the crime, combined with its eerie and brutal details, continues to captivate the public imagination. Tourism. Although the original farmhouse was demolished in 1923, the site of the Hinterkaifeck farm remains a point of interest for true crime enthusiasts and paranormal investigators, who visit to pay their respects and speculate about what might have happened on that fateful night. Ongoing fascination. The Hinterkaifeck murders are often compared to other famous unsolved crimes like the Jack the Ripper murders, capturing the fascination of amateur sleuths and historians alike. The case remains a topic of discussion in true crime forums and podcasts, ensuring that the tragic story of the Gruber family is not forgotten. Conclusion. The Hinterkaifeck murders remain one of the most chilling and puzzling unsolved crimes in history. Despite numerous investigations, the identity of the murderer and the motive behind the brutal slayings of the Gruber family remain unknown. The combination of the farm's isolation, the strange events preceding the crime, and the killer's apparent comfort in the victim's home creates an enduring and haunting mystery that continues to intrigue and baffle both experts and the general public alike.